whether you think that 2021 will be the same for the stock market and the investment market as 2020, which is to say that despite the pandemic in 2020, the investment markets, the credit markets, stock markets did pretty well. Do you expect that this can continue through 2021? So why don't I start with our host, Yasser. Yasser, what do you expect to happen in the global stock markets and credit markets in 2021?
First of all, good morning, David. It's always good to see you, even if it's virtually. But I hope with this conference, we're bringing in together people from different hubs, and it's a hybrid between in-person and virtual. So really, thank you. To answer your question, 2020, the start of the pandemic, had a very severe impact and effect on economies around the world, and also the equity markets and the capital markets. All the financial markets were severely impacted initially in end of February, beginning of March. Most of the markets went down between 27 to 30+%. But surprisingly, the markets, especially the US market and some of the other global markets, went to all-time high towards the end of 2020, which created, to my mind, some kind of inequality between the people with funds and monies waiting on the sidelines and the real working class. Working class category lost, most of them or some of them lost their jobs, because their jobs are always in the conventional economies such as travel, tourism, retail, consumer, generally speaking. And most of these sectors suffered quite tremendously. But people with funds like asset managers, family offices, people of the higher classes, they saw this as a good opportunity, and that's why everybody was chasing the same opportunity, which are the financial markets. I think it's about time for all of us to start not only thinking about their self-financial benefits, but to see what impact that we can bring into the markets. 3 days ago, the PIF announced its second phase of our Vision Realization Program, which is part of our strategy from 2021 until 2025. And it's going to be followed by another phase, which leads us to the Vision 2030 of Saudi Arabia. Part of that strategy, we said we want to not only invest in the financial markets, we want to invest in the new projects to have an impact on the financial growth, the GDP growth, the job creation, and creating new business opportunities. So with that, I think the disconnect between the financial markets and real economies would have maybe a smaller impact to the lives of all the people living around us. So that's what we've been doing. We're also looking at the conventional companies or economies and looking at the new future economies